welcome to, or back here. Glad you made it. Today as of recording officially marks 2 days since the release of Jujutsu Infinite. Or 48 hours since the game has been public. As most of you are aware, it's December. Which means the new year is almost here. There weren't very many games to release this year from memory. And some very anticipated games like RLCs, for instance, meant to be released in December, was unfortunately delayed. Anyway, I'm here to determine how well Jujutsu Infinite was received. I will be covering many points, such as, do players enjoy it? How buggy is it? The amount of players. And lastly, did Jujutsu Infinite save 2024 Roblox anime games?
Let's go!
To start, I have yet to hear anything terrible about the game. I enjoy it. It definitely is the best JJK game on Roblox, but there isn't much of those. I have seen someone say that it is a bandit beta. I'm not going to go into detail on if that's right or wrong. There are arguments to be made on both sides, but in my own opinion, the game seems more pushed to PvP in some ways. For instance, grinding the story, gaining skills, and making your own build or a build based on a character from the show. Then hop into PvP mode and test your build with others. On top of the enjoyment factor, there are also currently 312,121 players playing as of recording this. Which leads to topic number 2. As stated before, 2 days later and the game still has over 300,000 players. When the game first launched, the numbers spiked up all the way to around 650,000. If you ask me, as long as the devs continue to update regularly and show effort being put into the game, I do believe that Jujutsu Infinite could have an average player count of somewhere around 150k to 250k. Also, side note, in case I'm the first to say this, could we all agree to just start referring to Jujutsu Infinite as JJI? Awesome, thanks. Alright, moving back up the list to the question of if the game is, or was buggy. Admittedly, there were a few noticeable bugs on release. Nothing major though from what I've gathered. When joining the games, many people including myself received Infinite
He said it! He said it!
black screens and was ultimately unable to load into the game. Although for me all I had to do was rejoin and that problem fixed itself. Furthermore, while rolling the first time, I don't know if your screen is supposed to be black, with the spawn vortex animation, but mine was. And if my screen was like that, I can assume that a large percentage of other players' games were like that. But once again, it was solved when starting the game. There have been times during fighting NPCs, specifically the finger bearer boss for level 60 plus, where I get stuck in the air and have to use ranged moves or moves that pull opponents, like Cursed Tendril. But nothing on a scale enough to anger. The black screen seems to be fixed. I have yet to see one since release. And the rolling shows my character now. As for the stuck in the air situation, that is still happening currently. Now on to the last point. Did Jujutsu Infinite save 2024 Roblox anime games? In my personal opinion, since the new year is literally days away, I'm going to have to say no. But not because it didn't succeed or anything. Don't get me wrong, if JJI released even in mid-2024, I believe it could have been said that the game did in fact save 2024. But because it was released towards the end of the year, it can't be scaled with the rest of 2024. I still believe the game will continue to grow and even reach higher records as 2025 progresses. And it is probably still the best anime Roblox game to release this year, given I don't remember many releases. As a whole, 2024 Roblox was mid, not even just the anime games. But we could still use Jujutsu Infinite as a light through the tunnel and hope it guides the way to more anticipated releases in 2025. I have been forming a giant list of anticipated releases. Now did Jujutsu Infinite flop? Most definitely not. The number of players on release and the number of players that are still currently playing the game even days later show the hype surrounding the game. Some might say it's too early to tell, but like I said earlier, if the game continues to get consistent updates, I do believe it will at least stay where it is now. But at most continue to grow as a game and a community. Now if you even made it this far, thank you deeply, I really mean it. If you are not subscribed, please do, it would help, and it's free. Have a good rest of the day.